Hello and welcome back. Today I have a power bank, but it is not just a power bank. It is from X100 Drive. It's the X100. It is 97 watt hours, but its biggest power is in the display. In the display you can see if the port is on and off, if it is charging or discharging. You have a full view of the battery management system. It will show the information in numbers like voltage, like amps, like watts, but it even has a trend graph as well. And in the BMS menu you can see the current going through each individual cell, and they have 6 of them. Here it is close by. It's all aluminium casing with a transparent screen over it. I think it looks pretty cool, and if you like electronics as well, you can have a look inside here. All the components are visible, and even if you are in RC, remote controls toys, you have here the XT30, even that little one for the receiver. And here of course the USB connections. There are 2 of them. This one you can take about 65 watts, this one about 140 if I'm correct, and this one is crazy, it can go up to 315 watts, and it's below 100 watt hours, so it's airline safe. And look at all these components, very high quality components, and the display, and that gives so much information. There is only one button to switch it on, one to cycle through the menu, long push to enter the menu item, and 2 pushes to go back. Takes a little to get used to, but I find myself already jumping through the menus. It comes in a nice box. Edge power bank, 97 watt hour. It's really a lot. Comes in a Chinese manual, but also in the other side English. It's nice plastic, so you can take it with you, and because it's nice and shiny, and when you travel you probably want to keep it without scratches, so you can put it there, and one of your charge cables or unload cables you put there. So that was enough talking. Let's dive into the menu, start charging, start discharging. Maybe I can use one of these little pen soldering things that also draw easily 100 watts. Let's see how that handles it. So the display is nicely on top. It is not necessarily that big, especially with older eyes. It is maybe a little bit small, because I tried to make it compact, but I will put it on a bigger screen and then we can walk a little bit through the menu. So, okay, oh, it's all reflecting, but let me switch it on. I try not to shake too much. Here we have the display, and if I start to click, we cycle through. I'm now at the LED, now at the DC output, that is the XT30. It's always off by default, and yeah, if you want to activate it, you need to do a long push. Now the output is on, and another long push and the output is off. Then we go to the C1, that is the first port, that is only output 65 watts, and I don't know, long push, no, double click then we come in. We have here even, but I will put some load later, we have a histogram. We see how much current goes, what the voltage is, and how much power. Double click to go back. We have here the second port, that is output 140 watts, but also to charge 140 watts. Double click, we have the same here, also in and out, and the histogram. Then we have the battery management system. This is a lot more interesting when we are actually charging. We can see here, this is, yeah, a few milliamps. This is the natural discharge, I think it has. And it will tell you how many time is left before it is full, before it is empty, what is the current charge, current temperature. With charging I learned a lot. It depends a lot what cable you have, because some cables, I have here a blue cable that says 120 watts, but it doesn't charge more than 60 watts. Then I have here a good 100 watt cable, and then I thought, okay, I use my charger that says 120 watts. It is indeed 120 watts, but it has 4 connections. It is actually only 4 times 30 watt. I have another one here that says 100 watts. It has 2 holes. I don't think it even reaches 60 watt on one port, until I found a different type of charger with these new FETs, this GAN FETs. This one is 65 watts. It has 2 holes, but one can actually deliver 65 watts, so that charges a lot faster. And I found another charger, also 100 watts, 4 connections, but this is also the GAN chargers, and one port, if you take the 4 ports, actually delivers 100 watts. So be careful what charger you buy. If you want to charge fast, it needs to be able to deliver its full power to one port, otherwise it is just 4 times a little bit. Here I have my 120 watt, that is actually 4 times 30. Let's see what that does. So this 120 watt charger, that is only charging 30 watts in one port, because it doesn't switch over to 12 volts, it doesn't charge more than 10 watts. So this will take a while, and probably if we go into the menu, it will say that it will take a very long time. So let's see. We have here, yes. Now it takes 5.3 hours to charge, and we can see that the battery management system is balancing very nice over the cells. It doesn't heat too much, but of course this is so slow. We need the other charger. So I will switch over to this fake 100 also. Let's see if this one charges with a little bit more. So it all depends on your charger and of course your cable. So let's see, I plugged it in, it needs to negotiate, and you see it will try now at 12 volts, and then we can charge already a lot more. Look at it, 25 watts, still not 100 watt. Now I'm into the menu of the charge. We could see it was 12 volt, around 2 amps. And the nice thing with this power bank is that you can charge and discharge at the same time. I will show you that later. And here we can also see that it charges now a lot quicker. It is around 1 amp per cell, and it's only 2.7 hours when it's full, so that saves a lot of time. Let's try a little bit more. Now I have this 65 watt, but it is with it GAN new FETs, new design, and this one should be able to do the full 65. So let's change that over. And here we see already it is negotiating now around this 20 volts, and it goes up to 62 watts. Look at that. Wow, now we're charging each cell with 2.5 amps, and the time is also a lot lower. We see the temperature is rising fractional, but we'll change over to that 100 watt charger. So this will drop, plug in the other one. Hopefully it negotiates. Here we go. Does it do more? Yeah, whoa, look at that. We are charging now with close to 93 watts. And we see where it was, and it goes up. Charging, oh, look at that, each cell. Almost 4 amps, and now we can charge really in an hour. So you need this good charger. So what if I also want to charge with the other port? I can add an extra 100 watt, and we are charging with 200 watts. It doesn't extend the lifespan, it actually will make it shorter, but I can do a quick short test. Okay, I'm now charging with 5 amps, 24 volts, so that is also, how many watts? 120 watts we are charging it. Now I will add also the USB to see if that wants to go, and that is now also. Oh, and then the other switches off, so it doesn't like to charge it at the same time. Well, it seems to be switching over from USB to the DC, because it is now going with 92, and if I take it out, the DC port starts to take over. Here it goes. And well, the current I can increase a little bit. So 130 watts is about the maximum I can do with the DC port. But when I add in the USB, it almost starts. if it goes up, but then here it drops. Yeah. But I'm now charging with around 135 watts, and look at that. All the cells get 5 amp each, so I also don't think you want to go a lot higher for charging, because you just kill your cells. This is fast. Look at that, 0.3, so that is about 20-25 minutes. But also the cable you use makes a difference, because this is a good quality 100 watt cable. This blue cable here says it is also 120, but watch what happens when I actually start to use it. I plug this in, plug it into the charger here, same connection, the first one that should be able to deliver 100 watts, and look what happens. This cable apparently does not allow to charge more than 55 watts, and look to the voltage. It's a bit weird now, 19 volts, so that is all resistance in the cable, so clearly this is a low quality cable. So let me change that back. You can see, same charger, only different cable. And here we see voltage is higher. Oh, not even, I was wrong about that. But yeah, close to 100 watts. And you can charge and discharge at the same time. So I will now put a load on the other connector. So we should see that here. And it just works. See, here it's discharging, minus, here it is charging. So charging with around this 100 watts, I think it's the smartest thing to do. The current is not crazy high, although 3 amps through a cell is quite a bit, but it's also ready then in like 40 minutes. And the temperature is under control. I think not to do much more. Now I want to see how much current we can get out of the DC port. It is here around 25 volts. Meanwhile, it's also charging, so let's see if it's possible. I switched it on. I connected here my electronic load on the XT30, and let's start with 1 amp and increase it slowly. I have now 1 amp of load. I don't see that, but I see that it is dropping. 2 amps, 3 amps. Oh, we see it here. We don't see the current here, we see the current here. That is kind of weird. 4 amps, 5 amps, 6 amps. So I'm taking out 10 amps from the device. In the electronic load, I see it is about 230 watts. And well, we have the 230 watts, we have the 90 that we are putting in, and that means we take about 120 out of it. I only would expect it that the current would be here and not here, but it sort of makes sense. So we are 120 watts short. Here we have a little conversion. So when I go down to, I don't know, 2-3 amps, maybe we equal out. So I drop. I'm now at 50 watts. Yeah, 50 watts taking out. 92 watts getting in. That means we are charging here with 40 watts. So we can do everything at the same time. So we did all this crazy stuff with charging, discharging all at the same time. And the temperature only goes to 37, 38. So this aluminium housing really can dissipate the heat good enough. Because if we go back to the batteries, I think it is still charging with, let me see. Look at this, we're still charging with 3.5 amp. We are really close to that 100 watts and it is near full already. So, yeah, look at that, 93 watt hours. It's almost to its 91%, and it is charging. Let's try to discharge here with this solder pen. I think that one is also around 100 watts. it is cold, so we should see a peak. What I want to do, I want to switch over to the histogram so we can see what's happening, because now it is positive and later it will be negative. So let's take that out. Oh, my charger is nicely warm and my power plug also. So let's switch this on. The temperature here is now 22 and it will quickly charge to, let's see if we can see the peak. Puff, it switches on. Here it goes. I hope it's fast enough. Yes, and it is warm already. And we can see here the thermostat going on and off, on and off, on and off. So if we put it against some metal to cool it down, we will see it heat probably, because it needs to warm again. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, okay, it is a little bit dots, but it works. No problem here. Loads like this just works, and it was really hot in 3-4 seconds. It is amazing. Nice. And then we charge again, put it in the charger, and whoop, it goes again the other way. Need to negotiate the voltage. Puff, we are there, and we have positive charge again. I think it's all very impressive, not only what you see on the screen, what the battery can do, but also the technology by itself, because I'm gray enough that USB was always just 5 volts. And it makes sense. If you want to charge with 100 watts and you have 5 volts, that means you need to do 20 amps. And of course, 20 amps through little USB cables like that is not going to work. So the only thing you can do is indeed increase the voltage. And with this new USB, with the PD, the power delivery protocol, you have the 2, the 3, the 3.1 even. It will negotiate. Okay, device, what voltage do you want? And then they negotiate. Well, here they negotiated around 21 volts. And then if you come around this 20 volts, you only need 5 amps to get to 100 watts. And while we are talking and I'm doing test, it's already to 96% and the temperature even dropped to 36 and now it's back to 37. So it's already balancing out the temperature. And meanwhile, it's almost full, so it dropped a little bit. We are now with 85 watts charging. Yeah, the current is now dropping rapidly. Also, it says we will be ready here in 0.1, so that is like 6 minutes. And because also we are close to 4.2 volts, which is the maximum of these cells when they are full, and we see the current dropping. How well the battery management system is balancing all these cells out. So pretty cool power bank. The display really completes it for me, because I learned things about my charger that I didn't know. I can test which USB cables are good, and I have a great portable for my little soldering, pen soldering, which needs also about 100 watts, and I can run it a few hours on this battery for sure. So that was it, the X100 from Edge Smart Drive. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.